According to new research, about 9% of Kickstarters fail. And I don't mean that they're not funded, I mean that they are fully funded, but fail to deliver whatever promised perks were supposed to be given to the donors. So that means that the donors are screwed when I say failure. So basically, this comes from the research from the Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania, specifically from Ethan Mollick and his team. So they surveyed more than 450,000 randomly selected backers about their experience using Kickstarter, and about 50,000 of them actually responded to that. So the responses represented about 30,000, a little bit more than that, projects across the site's categories. So all categories across Kickstarter. And about 9% of all the projects failed to deliver any product whatsoever, or eventually deliver a product that's not at all what they were promised. And about 8% of all the money spent on Kickstarter does go to failed products. So only about 65% of respondents said they agreed or strongly agreed that the reward was delivered on time and what they wanted. So Mollick and Kickstarter together say that the failure does not indicate a systematic problem associated with failure or fraud on Kickstarter. Of the projects that completely fail, backers got at least a partial refund roughly 13% of the time. You may remember the number 13 as being particularly low and indicative of failure, at least to me. So I'm just saying, if you're only getting a refund 13% of the time, that's not good on a completely failed project. So they have to go back and forth on what defines a failure, right. And specifically, was it never delivered? Was it delivered poorly? Were you promised something that you never got? Are you still waiting? So a lot of people were actually still waiting. So I guess there's a large percentage that is unknown between this is good and this is horrible.
Yeah, it's a really interesting business model because it's like you donate money to a product to see this product come into fruition, but at the same time, that company's promise to you is to give you like an item as a thank you, and so I say it's weird because like you're donating something, but you're getting something in return. So technically, aren't you sort of like half buying the gift that they're sending to you? And then you don't get it. So it's kind of like, well, where's the product that I paid for?
See, that's where Kickstarter gets a little sticky, actually, which is that they specifically say, we want everyone to understand exactly how Kickstarter works. It's not a store, and that amid creativity and innovation, there is risk and failure. So what they're saying is, in the broadest terms, you're not buying something, you're supporting something, and you get this gift.
Right.
Which seems like mainly a really broad way to cover one's own ass, which is the legal term, in case someone wants to sue or file a complaint about not getting what was promised at all or on time.
I also think about that too, like the companies don't necessarily have to, or correct me if I'm wrong, maybe they do have to, but they don't have to, send a reward. Like they don't have to put that list down saying that they'll give you something if you donate to them. I thought that was just a courtesy, really.
It's more of like an incentive, let's say. And then what's funny is this happens to projects that are overly funded, like resoundingly funded. They are not able to deliver whatever goods were promised to backers, at certain levels because there's just so much in there, which seems counterintuitive to something that was a resounding success.
Right. Yeah, I don't know how I would feel personally in that situation because, I mean, I don't have a lot of money to, donate and give. And so like if I were to spend, $20 on something and I didn't get my t-shirt or something, I wouldn't be too heartbroken over it because I would be supporting something that I truly believed in, and it's the cause that my money is going to that is more rewarding in my opinion.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, we have a lot of different views on like what you expect and what you're, some people might actually expect nothing. Maybe you're supporting a web series and you're just like, I love this web series, I want it to happen.
Right.
But maybe you're supporting a technology product where you're like, well, where's mine? I gave you $200, where is it?
Exactly.
So, I
That I can understand. Like if you were giving like a chunk of money away from your personal account and you're promised something like that, yeah, I would be, disappointed. But, if it was like a $10 donation or a $20 donation or just, whatever you could give, I wouldn't lose too much sleep over it personally.
Justin Kazmark, who is a spokesperson for Kickstarter, had something to say, which was, we're here to safeguard the system against bad actors, not against ambitious ideas, which I support that idea. But it's, he also says failure is not the same as fraud. A lot of conflation between fraud and failure pops up. It's, did they create the film but fail to deliver the DVD? If not, did they deliver the DVD but no one liked it? You do get kind of into the definition of, what is art, what is how do we consider this a failure, a success, and what are we supposed to deliver? It gets very philosophical. But I think at least from Kickstarter's end, it's vaguely or deliberately leaving vague and low expectations so that people don't get mad, but people do get mad, and I think they have a right to do so. Audience, what do you think? What is your expectation when you back something on, let's say, Kickstarter or Indiegogo? And if you don't get whatever you were promised, how do you respond? Let us know below in the comments, and please like and subscribe for more.